Whoa, what's up? Howdy. So, okay, we're gonna go over the quick Rampage and Tito thing right now. As you don't know, if you don't know, Rampage and Tito are gonna set to fight. I forgot when. November. It's August right now. So they're gonna fight each other, and it's more of a circus thing a little bit. It's more of a freak show. It's not a freak show. It's more just for ratings, because those guys are good friends, and they normally probably would not have fought each other. I know Tito, I know Rampage didn't want to fight Tito in the UFC for years when Tito was champion. He didn't want to even come over because they were such good buddies. They say. I don't know the truth. But that's what I hear, and I think it's true. Okay, so now they're going to fight in Bellator. What people are pissed off about is that part of the promotion is having these guys cross over to TNA Wrestling. You know, you see Tito and Rampage talking to John Cena. That's not good. Kurt Angle. And people are saying, hey, that's going to ruin the sport because the lines were already blurred between MMA and professional wrestling as is to the average fan. Not even the average fan, I'm sorry, to the non-fan. And that's true. So, I gotta agree 100% they are fucking up if this gets popular. You know, right now Bellator is so small that it doesn't really make a big difference. But if they get bigger and they keep doing this shit, yeah, it's gonna really screw up the image, I guess, of MMA. But that's only if it gets more popular, which they could. But okay, yeah, they're really fucking up. This is probably one of the dumbest things you could do. And like I said, if you're an MMA fan, I don't mean UFC fan, I mean MMA. And by the way, I love UFC, but MMA, mixed martial arts, if you watched other things like, you know, go through time, you know, like Come Up and Die, Pride, which is the biggest one, awesome. There's Strike Force, there's all these other ones like King of the Cage. My mind's going blank. There's a bunch, though. I know Invicta right now is big in Bellator. So, Invicta's pretty cool, by the way. You check that out. It's women's fighting. So, you know as well as I know that your friends that don't like this stuff, they don't give a crap. Those guys are always confusing the UFC for some pro wrestling thing. And I think, honestly, it has to do with the name. It has to do with Ultimate Fighting Championships. Just sounds like WWE or something, you know. It just sounds, and I think that's the only thing. Otherwise, I honestly feel like it would be looked at like, and it is like boxing, like kickboxing. It's much closer to those. It is like those sports, you know. Closer, it is. It's real competition. And right now, the way it is, the UFC is on Fox. So is Fox Sports. It's right there next to football and all these other sports. It's amazing. It's an amazing time. The UFC is making a lot of leaps and bounds to get this thing really respected, you know, by guys that never would have let us in, you know. I mean, MMA, you know, MMA, UFC, yeah, people just looked at that as a freak show, human cockfighting. But now it's different, obviously. It's 2013. So, anyways, what was I going to say? So, anywho, is it fucking it up? Yeah, it is majorly screwing it up if it gets popular. Bellator, I was going for you guys. I really was. There needs to be a competitor to the UFC. There needs to be. You know, every market has more than one company. I'm not digging this monopoly anymore. I mean, I love UFC, don't get me wrong, but I'm not digging this monopoly. I mean, there should be other venues for the fighters to go to. And Bellator was the most recent of the kind of prospects. You're like, wow, this is awesome. Here's the problem, though, but don't blur the lines, man. The thing is, you're going to make people think the fighting is fake. If they're going to be like, oh, of course, it's just as what I thought. It's a bunch of men in leotards rolling around. Don't, you know, like doing some kind of act. This is screwing it up. Don't do that. I honestly think Bellator lost a large fan base, and I'm talking of the hardcore MMA guys, which, you know, there's not a lot of them, I guess, the hardcore ones. And I'm not even a hardcore one. I'm just like, I'm like slightly more than a casual fan, dude. You talk to really hardcore fans, they'll tear you a new one. But yeah, this is screwing it up. Sorry for the rant. That's it. Peace.